Hey everyone, this is Erica Sabo. Welcome to another episode of Mind It. So if you didn't catch my video last week, to kick off the month of October, I decided I would do a weekly spotlight on various different horror games that really stood out to me and stood out in video game history. Now, at that point, I was highlighting a really awesome retrospect that my friend Jamie did at the Black Museum at the Big Picture Cinema here in Toronto. So today I want to talk to you about a game, or rather a few games, that I feel have really taken us forward and have really changed the way we think of survival horror or the horror game genre in general. Now, the first game I wanted to highlight was a little game called Sweet Home that was released on the Famicom in 1989. This game was developed and published by Capcom and actually came before the popular Resident Evil series. It was also the first to feature the door opening loading scenes. That wasn't actually Resident Evil who started that. So this game was very much the forerunner to the survival horror genre and has become a really important part of history. Now, not a lot of people know it because it was a Japanese only release. However, it was very, very important in setting the atmosphere and really making you feel scared. Even if the graphics might not have shown it, the atmosphere definitely won you over. So in Sweet Home, we have a team of 5 treasure seekers out to recover these frescoes by a famous artist named Ichiro Mamiya. Now, Ichiro Mamiya mysteriously disappeared in this mansion 30 years ago, and it's up to these treasure seekers to find these paintings in this abandoned, dilapidated mansion. The game itself is actually an RPG, and it definitely changes the way you think of RPGs. It's very much more survival-oriented one, so it's actually quite a bit more challenging. Now, I'm not very good at playing survival horror games. If you checked out my last video, I definitely mentioned that. They are games that I can really only experience by observing. However, this was one of those examples where I was able to play it and really enjoy it and really get into the story and really try and figure out what exactly is going on. This is very much a mystery. This is very much a psychological thriller. It's a survival horror, an RPG, and it's a ghost story above all. And sometimes those are the most heartbreaking and disturbing stories you could possibly imagine. Something that's very popular in Japanese horror in general is having some sort of sympathy for the dead. Now, if you're looking for more of that sense of torment, Sweet Home was just one example, but there are other games like the Fatal Frame series or Siren that did an amazing job of replicating that and replicating that Japanese ghost story, replicating that torment, that feeling of being alone, that sadness, that despair, all of those feelings culminating into one mass. And that's what creates the fear. That's what creates the fear. And those are honestly one of my favorites, is when they can be that psychological, yet that emotional at the same time. You want to invest your time into these beings, but you know they're going to kill you, right? So I might actually end up talking about Siren and Fatal Frame in the future, so do stay tuned. This was just a little bit of an idea on what made this game so great. Now, of course, you're going to need to emulate this game if you want to play it, or if you don't mind reading a translation while you're playing a Japanese import, then go for that too. That's totally cool. But this was a really, really great game, and Sweet Home is one that I don't feel enough people know about. And, you know, if you're really into these kinds of games, if you're into survival horror in general, then it's definitely worth a shot. Definitely worth a shot. Okay, cool. I really hope you enjoyed, and please tune in again soon for another spotlight very soon. Alright, peace.